If you're an editor right now stuck at charging $100, $200 or even $300 for a long form video, and you're thinking, how the hell are people charging $1,000 to $2,000 for the same fucking thing? Like, it doesn't make sense, because you're editing, they are also editing, so what's the difference? And I was in that exact position, scrolling, watching all the editors win, landing big clients, and getting paid more than I could ever imagine at the time. While I'm over here getting ghosted, underpaid, or doing revisions for hours for $100. And at some point I thought, maybe I just need to get better at editing. More effects, more transitions, better quality. But the truth is that that's not what got me paid. Because I went from editing a long form video for 2 weeks for $200 to getting paid 1 to 2K a YouTube video. And it wasn't just because I became the best editor. It was only a part of it. It's actually because I understood what most editors don't. Clients don't pay for editing. They pay for results, certainty, and trust. So in this video, I'm going to break down what changed for me, how I've been able to charge premium prices, even there were thousands of editors better than me. We are going to talk about what clients actually pay for, how to make the clients feel confident of investing in your service, and principles and rules you need to follow in order to get that confidence. Right, let's get straight into it. Here's my entire 1K to 2K per video YouTube system. Literally copy the system and you will be able to charge the same rate. Now, before I go into the offer and everything, I want you to know that the best way to charge premium prices is having a killer offer. What a killer offer does for you is it, number one, clients actually want you, they respect you more, and number two, most importantly, I see a lot of people facing this mistake, is that you don't get price match with other editors. And what do I mean by this is when you say your price, they actually respect you. They actually want to invest in your service instead of you saying your price and then they will say, oh, you're charging way more than this editor I know and he can do the same style like as you. And number three, clients stay loyal to you, right? So not a lot of people in this space have a killer offer showcasing their service. So if you have one, then clients will stay loyal to you and work with you long term, just making you stand out more from the market. And then the fourth benefit is just you get to play the games with your own rules, right? So instead of you playing a game where you chase the clients like a fucking monkey, now you play the games you rules and clients will chase you instead of you chasing them. Now when you actually have a killer offer, you don't care about rejections. You play with your rules, right? You know how to speak with conviction. 99% of editors chase clients while clients run away from them. Clients run toward the small group of killer editors. So here's an example. The butterflies and the garden. You know that example of instead of chasing the butterflies, you build yourself. The butterflies are the girls you want, right? The woman. And instead of chasing them like a monkey, you won't catch them. They fly really fast. You won't be able to catch up to them. So the way you can catch them is you build yourself, which means you build your garden and then butterflies will come, right? So you attract instead of chasing the butterflies. Or the hot girl at the party, where the boys like at the party they will come to the hot girl instead of the hot girl here depicting the killer editors in the market, and there's very few of them. That's why the market is literally saturated for bad editors. Now here's the definition of an offer. An offer is the starting point of any conversation to initiate a transaction with a client, meaning what are you literally providing them in exchange for their money. So they give you the money, what you give them in exchange, right? Now a good offer, people will buy a good offer, right? And if you have a bad offer, then people don't buy. It's fucking straightforward. There's no need to explain it. You gain a huge advantage when you understand why the clients buy into you. Or if you take a look at other editors in the market, the top 1%, if you find out the reasons why clients buy into them, then you gain a huge advantage. Now you know the reasons, you just need to implement the methods, right? So then start building a great offer around the reasons rather than chasing like a monkey. Here I'm gonna cover the number one factor why clients buy into your service alongside with your offer. This is the pain point. Now there are two primal drivers of behavior. There's pleasure and pain. So the examples are you eat tasty food, it gives you the dopamine, it gives you that tasty feeling, you feel good, then you're gonna want to eat the same food again since it gives you the pleasure, the dopamine. Now, if you are burned from fire, you're gonna be careful around fire next time since it's already gave you the pain, right? And humans are pain avoiding machines. Most of the things we buy and keep buying are to avoid pain. So food, you buy food to avoid that starving feeling. You don't want to be starved, right? And then clothes, you buy clothes or at least like buy quality clothes to avoid that feeling of being cold. Like you cannot be naked. No, you're gonna look like a widow. You don't want to be looked out, right? So you buy quality clothes to compare with others. You buy a phone to avoid that FOMO feeling. You wanna know what's going on in the world. You wanna scroll. You wanna watch videos. You wanna text your friends, and you don't wanna live under a rock, right? And then you buy gadgets to avoid that inconvenient feeling. So you buy gadgets to make your life easier, to make your life more seamlessly and easier. Now when it comes to pain points, the first thing I want to cover is client's pain point. Editing is the greatest pain point that creators have to deal with because they don't know how to edit. It's time consuming as fuck. If they're new, then it will probably take them like 16 hours to edit a YouTube video because they are clients business owners. They are not similar. They are not familiar with the softwares like we are, and nothing is more dreadful to deal with than editing. So most creators don't know how to edit, don't have the fucking time to sit down in front of the software and edit. They want to spend their time and energy on the higher leverage tasks like sales, content, filming, and it's literally the first hire that creators make when scaling their personal brands on Instagram and YouTube. And the biggest mistake most editors make when they're selling to creators is they believe they sell hours worked. So the more hours you work, the more you get paid. Most editors believe in that, or effort required, or high quality videos. But these are just about you. So clients are not gonna feel bad if you put so much effort into the video and they don't pay you that much. No, because if you're not gonna do the work, then somebody will replace you and be your client's new editors. Or hours worked. They're not gonna say, okay, I feel bad for you working 20 hours on the YouTube video for getting paid this much. I will pay you more. No, like they literally don't give a fuck. And these are just about you. People only care about something about them. They only care about them. It's human nature, it's psychology. So they only care if the service they invest in can actually solve their pains. You're the doctor healing their pains. They don't care about hours worked. They don't care about effort required. They don't care about flashy videos. You could spend like 2 hours on a YouTube video, and if it brings good results, then the client don't fucking care. They only care about the results because that's what matters at the end of the day. Now the second thing is healing the pain. Removing someone's pain is valuable to them, and they will give you money in exchange for that. There are two ways to make money in this world. There's service and there's product. If you provide a service, you provide some type of value, and then they give you your money. If you clean the windows for somebody, then they will pay you because you solve their problems. They don't want to fucking waste time and energy on cleaning the windows. And money is made when value is created. Value is created when pain is alleviated. I heard this really good quote from my mentor. It goes like this: solve rich people's problems, get paid rich people's prices. So the more pain you heal for the clients or your customers, then the more you get paid for that. Your offer is a package of solution of removing pain from a client. You need to have a clear offer so when the client looks at it, they will know exactly what they gain for paying you. Your editing service either get more views for the clients, and this comes from attention makes more money. So if you get more views for the clients, then you literally bringing them revenue, because in this digital era, in this attention era, attention equals money. Where attention goes, money flows. And then brings up video quality. Take it to the next level, raise the standards for the video quality for your clients, which will make their brands feel more premium, and then save them time and effort. Stop them from needing to spend time giving revisions to shit editors. Stop them from needing to spend time communication with retarded editors. They are business owners. They don't have time to give 20 revisions to the editors, and if the editor doesn't get it, then we'll have to explain. No, they don't like that, right? They don't like to waste time on giving revisions. They want an editor that understands them. So if your editing service can provide that, then it's a plus. The next thing I want to cover is the 3 types of confidence in order for someone to invest into your offer. The first type of confidence is confidence from you. 25% of the confidence to buy will simply come from the conviction in your offer. I truly believe that what I sell is at least 5 times to 10 times worth of the price I charge. I genuinely believe that my hyper edited video is worth 10k. So what do I mean by hyper edited is I add more animations, but not just flashy animations. There's no point of editing a hyper edited video if I just throw 3D animations that make the fucking viewers confused. But I add more animations in order to make the message more understandable for the audience. That's what I want to say to you. But come back to our point. I believe that this type of video is worth $10k. So I feel confident charging 1k, 2k, 3k, and I speak about it with conviction. I speak about it with confidence. I speak as if this is the best offer the client can possibly get, and if they decline, then it's their loss, right? So I'm doing a 10k video for 1k, and it's a very fucking good offer. Obviously, not a lot of people have the budget to pay 10k for a video, so I charge 1k, but the overall value of the video is 10k. And if they negotiate to downsell the price, then I wouldn't. And I would say, okay, here's my price. If it doesn't work for you, then it's cool. Go for another editor. I speak with that conviction because I know my worth. The second type of confidence is confidence from clients. 25% of the confidence will come from others who have experienced your offer and service, aka your reputation, your words of mouth. And words of mouth is always happening. You have to control over whether it is for you or against you. And you want it to be for you, not against you, because your reputation is everything. It's not hard to beat most editors here because they are ass. They have bad reputation, bad experience with previous clients. So the fix is deliver a good fucking service or over deliver. Communicate clearly, hit deadlines, update the clients, keep the clients updated. Don't be a retard overall. Do your job to its best and over deliver, right? So 25% plus 25 is 50%. Now the rest 50% is the confidence from your offer. 50% of confidence will come from your actual offer. You actually being a better editor on fronts will lead to more success. Not just skills in After Effects or DaVinci, but service delivery, hit deadlines, clear communication. These are the factors that matter even more than the skill itself. Obviously, your quality of your edit and your skill is very important, but if you can add these two on top of that in order, then it will stack more plus for the clients. And how to bring results? You have good reputation. Being a better editor is also having a good reputation. On a long enough time horizon, the best offer will always win. So here's your actionable steps. How to show a killer offer to the clients. Before I go into the principles, I want to quickly mention this. YouTube and Instagram are an attention economy. We're living in the era where attention equals money, like I just mentioned before, and there's only attention. And YouTube and Instagram are coliseums of attention. I mentioned it before. Your job as an editor is to grab attention and then retain those attention, aka retention rate or whatever you want to call it, to watch the full video to the end. So you hook attention, you hook the viewers in, and you retain them by your editing, with your editing, and make them watch the video to the end. How do you increase retention rate? You make the message more understandable for the audience using your editing. Now, they understand the content, so they perceive your client as an expert in the industry, which lead them into buying. So if they actually understand the value your client is giving in the video, then they understand the expertise your client has. That will make your viewers perceive your clients as an authority, and they will buy from your client. So let's take a creator for example. So if a creator knows his shit, he is actually an expert in a specific niche, while his editing is so ass. He doesn't invest in his content, and which make the content more confused to the audience, which make the audience perceive them as someone cheap, even though they have the expertise, but the editing is cheap and makes them confused, which will ultimately make the audience choose to go for the competitor. That's why attention equals money. Plus, watch time and session time is so important. If you learn how to increase watch time in your client's video, you will become irreplaceable. So basically the algorithm and the social media will push out content with good watch time and good retention rate, because more watch time equals more people stay on their platforms and more people will watch the company's ads from. So let's say Apple is doing some ads on Instagram and people are actually seeing Apple on their Instagram feeds, they buy into Apple, which the companies will make more money, right? So the longer people stay on the platforms, the better for the social media platforms. How to actually bring results? Simple, by implementing the principles when it comes to long form and short form content. It could be safe zone, zoom in, zoom out, fundamentals of design, fundamentals of sound design, visuals, storyboarding to make the content more clear for the audience. I always preach this in my content, but it's literally so important to storyboard because it gives you that option to portray the video in a very understandable way for the audience to consume, right? And then actually spend more time understanding the client's niche and audience. This will give you a great understanding of why you're editing this video a certain way and a certain style. So yeah guys, this is the exact system I use to charge 1 to 2K for a YouTube video. Implement everything in this video and I promise you will be able to charge $800 at least for a video by having a good offer. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, and if you have any questions then you can DM me on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you on the next one. Take care.